brother, better. Down the ride, never tired, you will never know. You ain't never tried, work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wheel. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete, competition never matched me. We ain't go together, like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe, never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Coach, thank you. We have playoff football and bone-chilling playoff football at that in the city of brotherly love at Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 180! 54, Mike, 54. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch.
Wentz now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. First carry for Peyton Barber. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. On 3rd down, Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll run on 1st down. Barber. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. Just 1 catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Barber. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Here we go. Ready? Tight right. 3 down.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
I got it. Great 57. Here. Check Mike 45. You remember me? Hey, exit. Let's go, baby. 45.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Winston. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jameis to throw it. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Scott Miller, 26 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Throwing on second and long. Wentz gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Forward, Tokyo. Hey, check my
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 50 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Ready. Ready. He's crashing. Easy. March to the backfield. Let's go.
Here's Barber. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 4 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
44, back match. Waiting.
Here we go.
Here. Go. 45's the mic.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Here we go.
They're on 13-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On play action, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Chris Godwin. Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Check safety. He's straight way.
Play action now, Winston. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I can't believe they let you play.
Green, triple team.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Order. 52. What we got? Easy. There's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Watch the curve. Where's 52? Watch 52. Right. I got you, boy. Hey, let's get him conversion. Hey, let's go.
Final play of the half here, Winston. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Keep playing hard.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
Mike Evans, 76 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
81.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And it's caught. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. They'll try to run with Sanders, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles get a score closer.
Touchdown, Eagles.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Brandon Graham just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And it's 3rd down.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Here's Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Here we go, back man. 180!
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Hey, Bus.
10.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
On 1st down, Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. That's good for a 1st down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now Wentz sliding out of the pocket. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Here we go. 280! 2 jet.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's
5. Here, shift.
45.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Got him in. Open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab as they are able to cut into that lead. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Back to
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Winston now from the 50. He's got Evans. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
First down, Buccaneers.
Charlie, flag, check 52, come on. Blue dead.
On first down, Barber. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The tackle made by Derek Barnett. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
Ready? Black 22. Flip. I'm going to run you over.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. On 3rd down, it's Barber. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Man 5-7. Man 5-7.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Bravo. 5-9, 5-9.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on first is Wentz. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, it's Jones. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's 5-7. Let's bring it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
At the 34-yard line.
It's Evans. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And another Winston to Evans connection. Mike Evans, he didn't play football till his senior year of high school. He was such a good basketball player down in Galveston, Texas. But I think he's happy he picked football up.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I would have loved to have been around those conversations. The head basketball coach, the head football coach. Since it was high school, maybe it was the same guy. You never know. And saying, I need this guy out on the field. But it's worked quite well for him. And Jameis Winston's so happy to have him on his squad.
And they've got the lead in this one because of those two. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First down, Tampa Bay.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Philly.